Aye, so about a year ago, about this time last year, October 2016, I did a video which was, setting up the paramotor, taking off, landing, the whole shebang. So we're about a year later, and I thought I'd do another one. Back in March, I got a new paramotor, so I'm now not on the Bailey V5 anymore. I've got an Air Conception Nitro, so that's different. Also got some new gadgets to test, and back in October, the whole point of that video was supposed to be to test some new gadgets. Then it turned out that I'd forgot some bits and bobs that actually I needed to test them, and I only managed to test the Osmo, which was a bit rubbish. I've got a couple of new things to test this time. So one of them's one of my 360 cameras. So I've got a Samsung 360, the first edition. I've had it for quite a while, about 6 months. But I just had some ideas. I've been playing about with some new mounting techniques, and I'd like to see how that works. So I'm going to be using it to shoot normal video, but in interesting new ways. So hopefully you'll see some of that later. And also I've got a new gimbal for my main GoPro 4 that I have in my helmet. So I've been using for the last 4 years one that I built myself, called a stabilizer. It was one that I tried to kickstart actually about 3 years ago, and nearly got there, nearly raised about £50,000, but we didn't quite get there. And I just thought, if I can't get the people there that are willing to commit to 50 grand, it's not worth me spending a lot of my time and effort building the thing. But it's taken till now for something to come out that's got the same features, or at least looks like it's got the same features, but I won't know until I fly with it. So specifically, if you're a gimbally person, it's about a control of the dead band, a control of the degrees per second yaw, and a control around acceleration of how that works. And if you don't have all three of those things, a helmet mounted gimbal is terrible, it looks horrible. On a flying paramotors anyway, it just doesn't work very well. Too much like this, too much all the time, doesn't work. So we'll see if this works. So we've got two things to test, and as I say, also I'm going to go through the putting together of the Air Conception Nitro. So if you want to see a kind of independent owner's view of how quick or how complex it is to put together, then you'll see that. Weather today, it's sunny-ish. It's going to cloud over in the next 2 or 3 hours. It's wet because it was raining all last night, which is not ideal. It means my wing's going to get wet, and then it's going to have to dry out and fly, and then it's going to get wet again when I land, which is not ideal. Also, the wind's quite low, so it's only about well, the forecast anyway says 4 to 6 miles an hour. Now, so again, the issues with that are that when you've got low wind, typically it won't keep direction as well. So you can set up and then find it's moved to 45 degrees one way or the other, or even 90 degrees one way or the other. So it can be a bit of a faff. And then of course it's just a little bit more hassle to get your wing above your head. And wet ground compounds that. So, you lay your wing out, it's now lying on wet ground. Guess what? It's now got 3 or 4 kilograms heavier with all that water that's now stuck to it. So it takes so much more effort to get that wing up above your head, because it's now got 3 or 4 kilograms of water stuck all over it. So again, when it's low wind, that means you need to pull it up even more so, and it's going to want to hang back. So it's just something to be aware of when it's wet like that, and to be aware of that. Once you're in the air, it'll dry pretty quickly, but of course, as you land, it's going to land back in the wet grass again. It's going to get wet, so don't pack it away like that. I use a stuff sack always anyway, so I'll go in the stuff sack. When I get back to the home, I'll go into the living room, I'll take it out of the stuff sack, and I'll leave it there for 2 or 3 days to let it really dry out. So it's a bit more of a faff to go for a flight like this when it's wet grounds, and frankly I don't usually do it, but as soon as I've got a couple of gadgets I need to test, I'm going to give it a go. So one of the first things I do when I get to the flight, to the field, is get the windsock up. Why? Because it's going to take you at least 10 minutes to get everything else sorted out. And during that 10 minutes, you could be watching the windsock and seeing if the wind's moving about or if it's staying in the same place or whatever. And it gives you a pretty good extra indication for what to expect with the weather. So, to go and have a look, see what the wind's going to be like here. So, firstly, I'm just sort of standing here, I'm trying to get a feel for it in my face. It's coming from about there-ish. So, yeah. Feeling that? About there. So that's alright, we can lay out here and head over there. That being the case, I think I'll put my windsock over there somewhere so it's in the clear. If I put it down there, it's going to be more in the hills, there's some trees above it, better over there. It's not the best direction for this field. Best is the opposite really, but just because you've got this dip, so there's always a chance of just a little bit weird turbulency stuff happening. But right, so also you'll probably not be able to see this, but I have the windsock, but also near the bottom, about head height, I have a little piece of streamer set, and it means that when the wind's not so strong, you still get a good indication of the wind speed. That's pretty much exactly what it said it was going to be, northwest. So that's good. I'll put that in there. And we're hoping to see that pretty much stay going the same way. See, it's actually moving about a little bit because it's already going a little bit more north than northwest. Right, so let's get the paramotor out. Right, fuel, we have enough. Get a good 6 or 7 litres in there, and that's fine. So you want a nice flat place for your paramotor. This is where things change a little bit in terms of how this goes together compared to the V5. So we've got a few more bits and bobs. First thing to do is get all of these bits in. So, 2 tallest bits go up here. And then it is the smallest bits in here, I think. And it's obvious the minute you stick these in if you got them wrong. That's right. Is it?
So what we do here is we just let it tick over for a bit, and then very, very slowly bring the power up. And all the time, of course, I'm using this as a chance to keep my eye on the windsock. The wind is having just disappeared at the moment completely, and usually that means you're going to need to watch it. It's going to be about, you know, moving about a bit. There could be some fun and games taking off today. The engine's working okay. So here's the thing, the wind's moving about quite a bit. It was actually pointing over that way a minute ago, now it's here, before it was there. So at this point in time, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. But I'm thinking moving the windsock's probably a good idea, because I'm going to hit it if I take off from here. So I think what we'll do is we'll expect to be taking off either somewhere around that kind of area. So for that reason, I'm going to move the windsock a little. I'm going to move it up to here. But reasonably strong wind, so that's something. As I say, that's when it's wet like this, zero wind takeoffs ain't a lot of fun. So first things first, let's get that off. It'll be soaking. See where my wing is around here. Dot approximately in the middle. A lot of people ask me why I don't pull my wing up beforehand and do checks. Well, I've just never found them useful. I check the lines just now, and I'm careful when I put the wing away that it's all fine. So here what I'm doing is I'm checking for lines all separate, nothing all screwed up, and then I'll pop this in and connect it. Mr. Brake handle. Okay. Looking good there. Feel a decent wind on my neck. So I'm now going to pull this up into feeling it on my head now, really. Feeling my ears. You get an equal sound in both ears, then you're looking towards the wind. Feel the underside of this wing is really wet. Okay. And then lastly, just move this back towards the wing and get all these lines out of the way. Right. So I don't know if you're going to get much of the angle for the takeoff here, but so I don't know, we'll see if we get the takeoff here. This is what I'm testing today. So that's just a paragliding helmet that I'm using to test this, because I'm going to be in South Africa paragliding next month. And this is all just testing to see if this stuff works. So here's the gimbal. It's this zhiyun Rider M. It's actually been out for about a year, but it's only recently, in the last 6 months or so, that they've added the configuration options to the firmware that allow it to do all of those things that I was talking about that are, in my opinion, vital for the helmet mount. So we'll see if that works. And then in the front we've got our Samsung 360 degrees, and it's on a pole here, so we can pull it out and we'll see if that works at all. You can see I've got kind of stress relief here. So we'll see if this works or not, I don't know.